Hi, I'm Kristen, and welcome to my final form. It's a program designed for new cyclists like me. I started from nothing with running shoes and a road bike, and you can watch me lean on the help of experts and coaches as I become more confident and a better rider all around. Come join me on my journey.
Kristen, welcome. First session at the studio. Great to have you here. You're familiar with the bike. Position is good. 3 levels of adjustment with the sprint shifter, left, active recovery, base endurance, center. This is where you'll be doing most of your interval. Let's see what we have here on the screen. So we have the workout timer and your display here. So you can see we're already started. We are 2 minutes in. So short warm up. You can see it's a progression from 60 to 85%. So really easy up to something that is tempo where you start to, your ventilation increase, your heart rate goes up a little bit. But in this case, we will rely essentially on your FTP. I've input an FTP of 200 watts and it calculates your target automatically based on that FTP. The goal is to generate power using the tension and your leg speed in order to meet that target. That's the red line here. So if we're doing a regular session, your goal is to meet the target at all times. We have power on the left and cadence on the right side. You increase your cadence goes up, but it's also reflected on the power here. This is a recovery period before the start of a first set. So we have a shortened version here, 3 times 30 seconds, 30 on, 30 off, typical short interval. That will help to get some good activation before a longer set in which they'll have a bit more variation, a bit more dynamic there. So 30 on, 30 off. We're gonna get started in 20 seconds. For this one, I encourage you to really pretend like you're in your road bike. You'd have your hand close to the shifter, shoulder blades together, your spine is nice and long. So just like on your road bike, and you wanna bring the power up. So first thing, cadence goes up, and you wanna ramp up the cadence to 95 RPM, and then you would add the tension so you hit your power target, which is gradually moving away because that's a ramp. So it is the challenge there. So gradually increasing the power, and 3, 2, 1, 30-second recovery, where you bring your sprint shifter to the left. You can decrease the cadence, you can decrease your rhythm slightly. Take 2 full deep breaths, and as we hit that 10-second mark on the counter, reset to your riding position. Add the tension, and here we go. And 4, 3, 2, 1, recover. Well done. This is what I call the race simulation or group ride simulation. It replicates the demands of riding with a group. For example, on a group ride with the last drop, you go up a climb, the group doesn't necessarily stop, you want to keep going, right? Very important to work on these variations, on switching from low cadence, a lot of muscle involvement towards higher rhythm or higher cadence. So practicing those transitions, same thing as going from standing to seated. The great thing here is that you can see if you're losing power when you're going from seated to standing or vice versa. So that visual is really helpful. And also technically how to approach these transitions. So for example, when you're standing, you go back on the saddle. You want to make sure that the first 3 to 5 pedal stroke are very assertive in a sense, and the power stays up. In the opposite would be go back on the saddle, in the saddle, and taking a break or taking a 10 seconds before going back. So really important, go from standing to seated, 3 to 5 really strong pedal stroke to regain that cadence. Congratulations.
Thanks, Jo.
Yes.
That was a really good session, and I found it really helpful when Jo gave me feedback before and after the ride. And what I found really helpful was I can actually see, as like a new cyclist, I can see when I've got my body positioning right. So when you're a new cyclist, you're not really sure where your legs should be or where your angle should be and how to get yourself over your pedals, but I can see from the metrics on this big screen while I'm riding that my feet are like right over the pedals, and I can see what happens to my cadence and to my power when that happens. So it's really helpful as a new cyclist to be in here and doing these kinds of rides.